Hi guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. I'm Haas. I'm joined by Jordan, and yeah, we're gonna speak about the game that's just dropped. Um, it did drop today. There was a point in time today where I thought this isn't gonna drop today, and as you know, at the one time I went off my phone for literally, I went off my phone. I was on my phone the whole day from about 10 a.m. till about half three, half three. And then I thought, you know what, this game isn't going to drop, so let me just do something else. As soon as I got off my phone, I think 10 past four, the game drops, and I was a bit late. I was 20 minutes late to see. So I didn't end up getting the low team ID that everyone was looking for. But yeah, I'm glad the game is now out. We could start building our first drafts. But yeah, how are you, Jordan? Is everything good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. It was a very nice, hopeful surprise that the official game of fantasy is now open for business. We can now construct our teams with the official prices of players, and we
Yeah,
can begin this long journey together.
Yeah, I'm just glad now that it's out and we can get to start building our first draft. So that's what we're gonna do. We've got some comments coming in. Sorry, from MSF. He says, "Yes, guys. Kobe's in the chat. FPL Rivers in the chat. Nanjay's in the chat. Guys, keep the likes coming in. Please don't forget to drop a like button and also subscribe if you're new." Nanjay asks, "What ranks will you guys be aiming for this season?" Um, Obviously, I don't really like setting targets, but if I can beat my best of previous season, I always try to get better than what I did last year, sort of thing. So last year I was 25k overall rank. So if I could do better than that, I'll take it. Top 10k would be lovely if I could stay in there, but yeah, a long way to go. Let's see. But yeah, anything inside like the top 20k, I'll take pretty much. Um, and then Penguin also says hi, basically.
Hey,
Um,
Penguin. I'll probably be aiming for 100k finish or above, because I did finish just below 1 mil, so I want to aim much higher in the hopefully the 100k or even better if I can.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Also, guys, don't forget to join our mini league. It's up there. It's also in the description below. So yeah, guys, don't forget to join the FPL Duo mini league. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the main bit. Why you're here? That is to talk about the game that's just dropped. Let me bring it up. So at the moment, this is not my team, guys. This is just the auto select. I've literally had it on auto select, and yeah. So as you guys can see, obviously I like the new graphics FPL have got. I like the colors and everything. I don't know if you've seen it, but it looks quite good. Um, but yeah, let's get into the team. So they've given me Coutinho. Oh, no way, I'm having Zaha. Let me just take everyone out and then start from scratch because I'm not having triple Chelsea at the back. Bloody hell!
It's a bold move.
They've given me Darwin Nunez and Jota as well. All right, so let's build. Let's build. Um, I've got Leo here. Says, "Good evening, boys. Finally, it's here." Yep. Let us know if you guys have built your first draft as well. I know the game came out about 4 hours ago now. We were gonna go stream straight
Yeah.
after, but obviously we had stuff to do. So yeah. Let me put up my goalie first. So who shall I go for? Obviously, Ray is the one I was looking at. Um, and he's at 4.5. So I think Ray is coming into my draft. We mentioned why the fixtures. Um, I know he's got Leicester. What do you think? Are you going to go with Raya still? Because obviously you were interested in Raya as well, pretty much, or you change your
Uh,
mind.
I think for now I'll pick Raya just to see afterwards when I've constructed most of the team how much budget is left.
MSF saying to get in Allison. So yeah, I think
That's expensive. That is.
yeah. Obviously, I plan to go with the cheap 4.5 goalie. I've seen a few people going with Mendy at Chelsea, so you could go You could go with that, but yeah, let's put Raya in for now. I'm gonna put in the players that are guaranteed locks. So no surprise for me. That's gonna be Trent. He's in midfield. Oh, I like the new animation. So when you click, it takes you. I don't know if that's new. So when you click on a midfielder, it takes you to the midfielder list. Is that new, guys? Let me know. I actually never realized that before. Salah's coming in, of course. I mean, those two are nailed in my team. I'm gonna leave in. Do I want James or Chilwell? Which one is the one I got to decide? What you reckon, anyway? If you had to pick between James and Chilwell,
Probably Chilwell.
let me bring up their fixtures. So Everton away, Tottenham at home, Leeds, Leicester, Southampton, West Ham, Fulham. And that is a decent, that's a 7-week period where they've got pretty favourable games. They play 3 or 4 times at home as well. So 3 times at home. But that Tottenham game, I don't know, it could be a bit tough for Chelsea. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Reece James, guys. Let's put Reece James in. Why not? He's going in. Okay, yep. Leo is good. Says James as well. NH 1999 says no 4.5 mid options. No, I'm sure there is. It's quite a few.
He probably means playing.
Oh, playing. Oh, yeah.
Because there are options for mid, but they're probably non-playing players.
I mean, El Nene plays. I'm sure he will play. Winks, Skip if they get game time. Milner, obviously, he doesn't play much. Chowdhury maybe sometimes. I know doesn't play that much either. There's a couple, but yeah, I know what you mean. Probably just have to be bench fodder. Murphy, maybe, but nah. All right. Let me just put that back to. All right, so I also want Diaz in my team. I think I've made that clear. He's the one I want in my team. So I'm going to put Diaz in. I've gone with double Liverpool attack. Luis Diaz is in. All right, Jordan, you got a request. He's saying, "Where's the mug?" You got to give the audience what they want.
Well, I have come prepared because I did say yesterday I would bring the mug back. So here it is. This is the
I'll take that
mug.
off. What is that mug? Oh, okay, the Family Guy mug. I see. Yeah.
This is the Family Guy mug that I think Never Give Up FPL saw on the stream, and he said he did ask and request that he would see the mug properly, and that's it.
Okay, yeah.
Victory
I
is mine.
see. I didn't know you had the Stewie Griffin mug.
Yeah, that is. Now you see my mug.
FPL River says Andres Pereira if he joins Fulham. I think he's already joined. I think he's been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. I think he said he's joined on a 10 million deal. Let me see. Yeah, I think that is done. So yeah, he could be a decent option if he comes in at 4.5. Yeah, so yeah, Pereira's actually joined Man United from Man United to Fulham. 3-year deal. So yeah, should be good for Fulham. So yeah, I've put in how many players? 5 players. I've got 61 million left. Let me just put in a 4 million goalie. Because why not? Hold on. I want to put in. Who do I put in? I should put in anyone. Darlow. All right, so I got 57 million left. Guys, are we going with premium at the back still? Are we going with Are you guys playing 5 at the back, 4 at the back? Let us know, because I think I want to play 4 at the back now. And I was more contemplating 5 yesterday, but I think I want to play 4. I know I want a City defender, so you know what? To save money for now, I'm going to put Laporte in. Let's just see how I could fit this in. Obviously, Haaland's coming into my team as well. Where is Haaland? I'm trying to put him in. You go.
Haaland's
Come on.
hiding.
Yeah, okay. Haaland's in. So I've got 2 City players, got triple Liverpool, and I got a Chelsea player in there. Also, I've got to put him in, and that is Perisic. And Perisic is coming into my team. Let us know what you guys think on my team so far. You agree with some of my options? What's your thoughts on Perisic anyway, Jordan?
Yeah, I do like Perisic in the team. He's cheap as well, 5.5. So he's not too expensive. And under Conte, he's going to do really well. I mean, especially playing. Like, he's expected to play a lot of matches, I would say, with Conte.
Mm.
And Spurs overall will have a very good season defensively, offensively, and the midfield.
You think they'll have a good season, don't you? So
yeah, they have a very good season. I think they are raring to go.
Well, you take a look at their fixtures. They start the season at Southampton, which I like. You know, I'm not against having Harry Kane for a start. You know, so if I take Haaland out, have Harry Kane, and then move him on to Haaland in game week 2, and that's when that's when Perisic plays. Who did they play in the game week 2? Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, so you could take Haaland out for that game. Sorry, no, you could take Kane out for Haaland in that game. But would anyone do that, you reckon? Would you start with Harry Kane and then switch him?
So it's a tic-tac. Definitely a tic-tac. I think some people would consider, just because of the rating difficulty for West Ham and Man City is going to be hard. It won't be easy. But for Spurs and Southampton, you would consider that easy. The way Southampton did the last season and the way Spurs did. It's a huge difference.
I think I'm going to play one up top. I think that's obvious. Do I get in a playing... Because what's your thoughts on having a playing bench? Because are you guys going to go for like 4.5 duds, like fodder? Or are you going to have a decent bench, like someone that actually plays? I've got some... Hold on, let me just read some comments out. Leo says, it's good, just wonder about Perisic. I don't think he will be so nailed that we'll talk about. He's 34 years old and got some rotation as well. Yeah, there's always that minutes risk. I agree there is a minutes risk, but I do think he'll play majority of their games in the league. I know they've got Champions League as well, so they have to contend with that. And Sessegnon, if Reguilon stays, they're gonna like rotate between each other. But we saw from last season, I think I mentioned on my last stream that Conte wasn't very happy with his fullbacks. Like, you know, he kept switching at Royale, and then Doherty had a decent patch before he got injured. And you can tell by the business they've done this summer. You know, they've targeted the wing backs clearly. They're trying to get in Jed Spence and Perisic. So I think Conte and the way that he plays, they are heavily reliant on their fullbacks. So yeah, there is a minutes risk. I agree with that, but I think at 5.5 million at Perisic, you can't really go wrong, in my opinion. FPL River says, I'm considering Kane game week 1, then switch to Haaland game week 2 onwards. Yep. That is something I've seen as well by a few people chatting about that, if that's a viable option. But yeah, okay, Perisic is in for now. I'm going to add in... Who else shall I add in? Because there's a lot of chat for this guy.
Neto. I still don't see that.
You don't see it?
No, I still don't see it. I mean, fair enough, a lot of people have seen it, but I personally haven't seen it.
What is your thoughts on Neto anyway? Because obviously, I don't know what... Obviously, we're going to come onto your team after my draft. What was your thoughts on... are you going to go big at the back or big in midfield? Or have you decided just very quickly on a strategy? Because I plan to go maybe a bit cheap in midfield. Because also Neto and maybe another player in there that's cheap.
I'm probably going to go big at the back. to begin with.
How many premiums you reckon you'll have? Because obviously I've gone with Perisic, Laporte, James, and Trent as well. So
Probably 3 or 4 premiums.
oh
I
yeah,
think.
including the defenders. I mean, so
Yeah.
let me put the defender in actually. Who was I gonna? I want to put in a cheap defender. Oh, what's going on?
Neto's there.
There are 4 million defenders, aren't there? Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna put one in for now. I'll put in Ramsey at Liverpool. Oh, I can't even put him in, can I?
Oh, you
Too
got
much.
too
It's too
many.
much Liverpool. I'll put in Brandon Williams. He's gone back to Man United, hasn't he?
Oh, why
Actually,
is
no,
this?
I don't want him. Actually, why would I do that? Let me put in a 4.5.
The bigger question is, why has he gone back to Man United?
Let me put in. Obviously, he was on loan, so I think they'll sell him. But I don't know how close if he's on.
I think he'll be happy with that.
Let me put White in for now. That's just a placeholder. I don't know if I'll have him because I do plan to maybe get in another expensive, a bit more expensive, or like a premium defender. But for now, he's in there. Don't know how sure I am about that, but yeah. Got Elliot in the chat. Nice to see you again, mate. It's been a while. He says, guys, Perisic is a rotation risk with Sessegnon offering competition, and he's starting with Kane as well. He's saying, yeah, we've mentioned Perisic quite a bit, but I think at that price, 5.5 million, I think he provides excellent value. And I know his age. He's 34 now, I believe. But I just can't see him not playing most of the games if he's fit. That's my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I think Conte will play him because.
Oh yeah, he'll play. It's just, will he play 90 minutes? I think he won't anyway, and I'm willing to kind of.
I mean, if he
accept
doesn't,
that.
as long as he plays the amount of minutes where you get a clean sheet from, and he gets subbed off after that, then that I'll pretty much take that. If he plays enough minutes to get a clean sheet, to count as a clean sheet, then that is the risk I'm willing to take.
So if he plays an hour or so.
Yeah, if he plays the minimal amount of minutes where you're able to get a clean sheet from the defender, then
Okay.
yes, I'll say it's worth a risk.
We've got Kyle here in the chat. He says, "Hi boys, how are you doing? I'm thinking about Kane, Son, Salah, and Haaland." Okay, let us know how you're gonna fit that in. Are you gonna? I know you're gonna do that. To be fair, 4 premiums plus. I'm assuming you're gonna have Trent as well. Yeah, I don't know. Let us know how you're gonna fit that in. I'll be interested to see your team. Elliot says starting. Sorry, 5 subs. Oh yeah, there is a 5 subs rule. Yeah, minutes risk definitely with a lot of players I think this season.
Yeah.
And FPL Penguin says, hit the like button, guys. Subscribe to the Duo lads as well. Yeah, guys, thank you for that, Penguin. If you guys can, hit the like and subscribe and share this on your socials so it gets seen pretty much everywhere else. So yeah, if you guys do that, that would help us out a lot. Nanjay says, I really like the look of Darwin at 9 million. Well, Darwin was in my auto pick team. Let's say he's there. The thing with Darwin is, I know he's a big signing. How much was he? Was it 85 million Liverpool paid? So, a lot of people, I think, outside of Liverpool fans, expect him to come in and start straight away because of his massive fee. But I wouldn't be surprised if Darwin Nunez starts the season on the bench. I think Jota could start. Like Liverpool got Fulham game week 1. If it's Diaz, Salah, and Jota and Nunez on the bench, I wouldn't be surprised. So that's my thoughts on Nunez. I think, yes, he comes in with that big fee, but I'm not sure Klopp will just chuck him in straight away when there's Jota there and there's Firmino there as well. So that's the one thing about Darwin. I think I'm going to give him time, see how he does, if he settles in, and maybe he could become an option for me later because I still prefer Diaz because Liverpool haven't really got anyone on that left-hand side. Obviously, Mane's left, so I think Diaz is more nailed. With Darwin, there's Firmino and Jota that could play in his role. So yeah, that's just my opinion as a Liverpool fan, obviously. But yeah, Darwin, I'm excited to see what he does. I've got 24 million. I want another Arsenal player. Let me just put in Can I afford Saka? Let me just put him in for now. Let me see what my budget is going to stretch to. I've got 16. Do I have a play in? Okay, let me put in. We'll talk about Saka in a bit. Let me put in Undav because he's an actual cheap. Well, I can go Undav or Mateta, but I
Probably
think
Undav.
Brighton have better fixtures, slightly better
Yeah.
fixtures. They've got Newcastle, West Ham, Leeds, and Fulham. I also like Toney as a cheap striker, but obviously he's at 7 mil, I believe, so not that cheap. But I've got
I do like
10.5.
I do like Brighton's new kit. It's quite different with the more
Oh
blue
yeah,
than white.
yeah. The new kits are updated as well. Um, hold on. I'm gonna have a cheap. I want to have a cheap 4.5 in there. I think I'm gonna go with. I don't know. I should put in Longstaff.
Elliot said, so no more Nketiah. Yeah, I do share that pain, Elliot, that there can't be a way to fit Nketiah in the team now that Jesus is signed with Arsenal and is probably going to be playing more minutes than Nketiah will be, because he would have been a gem to have in your team if Jesus didn't sign for Arsenal, because Nketiah would be the main forward. But yeah,
Yeah, let's talk about this comment as well. Thoughts on Jesus? 8 million. Yeah, I do. I do like the signing. I think it's a great signing for Arsenal. Um, and at 8 million, he could be a great pick because Arsenal. I know it depends how he settles in, I guess. But he's obviously been used to the Prem. It's a if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be excited for this signing. I think he could do well, but I don't know if I'll be bringing him in from game week one. Because I think I mean, just the way the team I'm lining up, I plan to play one up front. But later down the line, maybe if I decide to play two up top, he probably is the second, third striker. Obviously, I like Darwin as well. Jota's there as well at 9 million. Around the 8 million mark, he probably is a standout. There's not much strikers around that price tag, is there? At 8 million.
no, not really.
I mean, you got Calvert Lewin, but some will say he's overpriced at that price. Plus, he plays for Everton, so they're going to struggle. How you wouldn't know how Everton are going to do. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Hey, Juice, definitely look out for him this season. I think he could be a good player for Arsenal. Not fancy owning any Newcastle players. Well, I've got Longstaff in there, if that counts. But yeah, Newcastle. Let's have a look. What have they got? To be fair, they've got good fixtures. You look Nottingham, Brighton, and then it gets a bit tough after game week 3, and then Wolves, Liverpool as well. So I don't know if I'll start with Newcastle, but obviously they've got two good fixtures at the start, and playing Nottingham Forest in game week 1 is pretty good at St James Park. But no, not for me for game week 1. But I like Newcastle. I think they're one of the teams I'm interested to see what they do. Obviously, they've got that investment now. Maybe they can push on for like a top 8, top 7 finish. That'll be a great season for them. So I've got 6 million left to fit in one position. But okay, I'm gonna put in a 4.5 non-playing player. I'm gonna spread the money around somewhere else. Let me just put in Greenwood. So I've got 1.5. See, I've got quite a bit of money left to do something else. Let us know, guys, who you'd upgrade. So here's a question for the chat. I've got 1.5 million. This is what the team looks like at the moment. What would you guys do? Who would you upgrade? Maybe I can upgrade Longstaff to an actual 5.5 million player. Okay, let me take Longstaff out. I've got 6 million actually. What would you do anyway, Jordan, if you had another 1.5? Oh, not Grealish.
Maybe upgrade Neto to someone.
Oh, now I'm leaving Neto in because he's like a cheap enabler. I could upgrade Ben White, I guess.
Or is Toney 7 mil?
Yeah, Toney 7 mil.
You could upgrade Undav to Toney.
I could actually.
because Brentford have
They've got
all right fixtures.
they've got a decent start as well. You look at game week 3 to game week 7. I mean, Fulham,
Yes.
Everton, Palace, Leeds, Southampton. Can you see Toney getting some goals in these games? Plus, Toney takes penalties. Yeah, he does look good with Toney. But obviously 7 million. You'll have to play him up front. I think you'll have to start with Toney. If you have him, I wouldn't want to bench him. So that's what I will say about Toney. Like, Undav is a player that I think you could play, but you could also bench. And either way, you take. But with Toney, I think you'll have to play like a 4-5, or sorry, a 4-4-2 or something like that, or a 3-5-2. But obviously, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play that formation. I think I want to play 4-5-1. I think I'm changing my mind. Longstaff to Bruno G. I think I could do that. I'm pretty sure. Bruno Gomes. I've got the exact money to do that. There you go. I could do that and then play and have Ben White on the bench. Then I've got a decent bench like this. I've got the only player that doesn't really play is Greenwood. Everyone else, it's quite a balanced team. You got Undav that does play. Bruno Gomes, obviously. So you could play that midfield 5. But the thing with Newcastle, obviously, the fixtures, obviously, he does get hard after game week 3. So maybe move him out then. But what you reckon? Something like this. Maybe. I don't know about Ben White, though, having him and Perisic. Or, because I've got 2 centre-backs here. Maybe I want another wing-back, like Cancelo. I could upgrade Cancelo.
Yeah. Elliot mentioned upgrade Laporte to Cancelo.
Yeah. Ibrahim as well in the chat says Toney isn't worth it now with Eriksen not at Brentford. Brentford actually haven't signed anyone, have they, yet? As well, I think they're one of 4 clubs that haven't made a transfer yet. I think Brentford, Chelsea, Brighton, and another club that haven't bought anyone. So, yeah, I'm gonna watch out with Brentford, see what signings they make. But I think Toney, I mean, they've got good fixtures, I guess. That's why I think I was looking at Toney. I still like him as an option, and the fact that he does get penalties for a player that's 7 mil that's on penalties. It's not bad.
And you can have long term because they are good fixtures. After the first red one, you got like 7 or 6 green.
Yeah, so there you go. There are the fixtures. You could foresee keeping him from game week 3 to. I mean, Arsenal. I don't know if that's maybe that is a red fixture, but other than that, like until game week 12 when they've got Chelsea, you could hold Toney or maybe keep him for like 3 or 4 games, see how he does before you move him on. I haven't ruled out Toney completely, to be fair. Laporte to Cancelo, yep, I've considered that. It's just then I'll have to downgrade Bruno to like a non-playing, probably player. Never give up, says Bruno G in my team as well, solid. Bruno Gomes, I do like him. It's just the only thing I will say about Bruno Gomes is I want to see what he does in his his full season, and can he keep the goal scoring up? But the fixtures look good outside of Man City, Liverpool, and I do think they'll have a decent season. I'm just waiting to see if they buy anyone. Obviously, guys, this draft isn't officially locked in. A lot will depend on injuries. If you guys remember, start of last season, I think Robertson got injured in the preseason game, and then Tsimikas became a player in our thoughts because we knew Tsimikas was going to start game week 1, and then all of us got him in. I think he ended up getting like a 6 or 7 pointer. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that as well with injuries and stuff in preseason. I'd go Tomiyasu over White, same price. Yeah, I actually like Tomiyasu. I think I mentioned him on Twitter as well, that he might be an option that's underlooked. But with Tomiyasu, I think why I prefer White is because I think White plays every game. With Tomiyasu, is there rotation? Probably not. I think he's a bit more. his issues are a bit more injury related, would you say?
Yes, it's similar to, I'd say, James's injury.
Yeah, well, let's see. Hopefully they can stay fit. Today, Man United managed to sign a player before FPL opened. Yeah, Man United
Yeah,
obviously signed a new player.
yeah,
Um,
Terrell, Malaysia.
Malacia. Yep, from Feyenoord, the left back. He could be a decent option.
Yeah,
Does White play
sure.
instead of Gabriel? I think they play together, don't they? Both of them will play because I've seen people say Saliba, but I don't know about that. I know Saliba is highly thought of, and when they signed him, he was very yeah highly thought of. But I'll be surprised if White doesn't play most games. I don't think they will. You don't really rotate centre backs much. I can't see it. Yeah, with Saliba, I still have to see him play in the Premier League. I'm not so sure Arteta is keen on him as a Ben White, who Ben White is also a 50 million signing as also. I don't know. I think he plays. But let us know what you guys think about Saliba. I think with Saliba, I'm gonna wait and see is he actually in Arteta's thoughts, because he did bomb him out pretty much as soon as he got into the club, and he's been out on loan for about 2 years. I know he's done well in France though, so we'll have to see with that. Um, yeah, I don't know what I think. What you guys think of my team, guys? So just very quickly, I got Raya, Trent, James, Laporte, White, Perisic, Salah, Diaz, Neto, Saka, Bruno Gomes, Greenwood, Undav, and Haaland. I've tried to spread the money around a bit, so there's a decent bench. If you don't want a bench, let's say, you could do something like, let's take Laporte out. Let's put in Cancelo, and then you have to downgrade probably Gomes to one who doesn't really play, maybe a 4.5. Oh, sorry. Who else is there at 4.5? I'll put in Longstaff again. So I got 0.5, and I could upgrade elsewhere as well. Maybe, yeah, and actually maybe have 0.5 in the bank for flexibility. Because I know some managers like to have a bit of money in the bank, just in case. When you want to move up transfers and stuff. So yeah, what about this? Is it you prefer this one, or you prefer the one with the Gomes and Laporte?
No, I do like that one too, with Saka and Cancelo in the team. I do think that's a good, decent pick as well. With the Newcastle player as well is interesting because the fixtures are not great, but they do have in between fixtures which are pretty good, and it'll be exciting to see what Newcastle do this season.
Well, the fixtures are not bad. The opening two, I guess, and then it gets. I think game week 3 to game week 5, you could probably ignore. I mean, Wolves ain't going to be that. I don't know with Wolves. They're one of the teams that could go either way. They could have a good season, or they could have a bad season. I think they are quite an uncertain team for me. And then obviously Liverpool and Man City, you don't really want to play against them. But yeah, that is the team, guys. For now, that is my draft. We've got Chris Nagy here who says, "What about the Newcastle defense?" I think the problem is with I don't basically any defender outside the top 6. So if you play for a team outside the top 6, I just think what's the point getting a player for another team when you can get Man United defenders, Liverpool defenders, Chelsea defenders for the same price? Because the defenders are priced so cheap, in my opinion. I just think we're gonna target the top 6 teams. Maybe I'm wrong. I just think for the same amount of money or 0.5 more, you can get like a Ben White or a James or a Cancelo or a Laporte. But that's just my thoughts. Penguin, thank you for that. He says hit the like button, folks, and also subscribe, guys, if you're new. Yep. If you guys could take out a couple seconds and just hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. We're very close to 300 subs, I think. If we can get that soon, that would be nice. Never give up. FPL team looks good to me. I literally have no money on the bench. Only Ricardo Pereira most likely to play. 82.5 on the pitch. I don't think you need. I don't think you need a playing bench fully. Maybe it's nice to have one player that actually plays, but I don't think you need a full on bench, guys. I think you can have at least two 4.5 million players that are never going to play. Because I've got Undav in this, so he's the one I think most people will be going for out of the strikers. Mateta, I just think he's not realistic because of his fixtures.
Yeah, I'll say later down the line when Crystal Palace fixtures get better, Mateta could be an alternative option to Undav.
The other thing, I like the team. I think the team is decent. Obviously, I probably will change my mind again after the stream. I'll probably change some people around, and I'll have to see. But we'll move on to my team. Your team, because obviously I've been on my own for a while. Chris Nagy says I will do 5 solid midfielders instead. Yeah, that's a fair shout. I could actually downgrade, I don't know, Ben White, and maybe go with a better midfielder instead of Longstaff, who is not really an FPL option. I've hit a lot of like buttons today, celebrating. Yeah, everyone's excited. I guess their game is out. It's what we've been waiting. I feel like we've been waiting a while for it, innit?
Yeah, it feels too long. That was definitely held on a while.
Scott is in the chat. Nice to see you, mate. He says I have MGW instead of Neto. What does he mean by that? I don't know who that is. I'm missing someone. Let me know who that is, because I don't understand. I'm just, the abbreviation. Just mine's gone blank. Show us a draft with 5 midfield. Well, maybe Jordan might have a 5 midfield draft, so we'll have to come on to it. We'll talk about that. So
a 5 midfield is tricky.
I've seen a few 5 midfielder drafts that look quite good though, but I think I'm seeing Morgan Gibbs White. I prefer Neto, if I'm being honest. I think Neto is at 5 million or for 5.5 million. Fixtures look decent. Leeds, Fulham, Tottenham is not great. Then Newcastle, Bournemouth, Southampton. He's cheap. He should play most games. Obviously, keep an eye on preseason and stuff. But I like Neto as a player, and I remember the 1920 season when he was pretty good. Obviously, he had an unfortunate injury, but about him being nailed, I don't know. That's the thing with because he was out for so long. It's hard to say, but before his injury, he was one of their main players, and every time I saw him play, he looked very good. Isn't Bowen a must-have after last season? Upgrade Longstaff to him, reduce the expensive defenders. I don't think Bowen is a must-have. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion. I think Bowen, don't get me wrong, he was great last season, and was he 6.5 million last season? He was it was brilliant, but at that price, there's just so much more. There's Diaz, there's Saka, there's Foden, there's Mount. There's a lot in that 8 million mark, and I just think Bowen, maybe if he was a 7.5, it would have been a bit more, I don't know, a bit more attractive. But I haven't ruled out Bowen if West Ham have better fixtures. Obviously, West Ham don't have great fixtures either, so I'm looking at fixtures and mixed in with the player, because I'm a guy that looks over. I target the fixtures. Like I'm definitely fixtures over form. I know form matters, but I'm one that looks at fixtures a lot. Like if you have a tough run, I don't care. I care, but if you're on great form and you've got really tough fixtures, I still side with if you've got a tougher fixture run, I do believe the goals and stuff will slow down. But yeah, that's just what I usually do. All right, enough of my team. That's what I've got so far. That will probably change. I'm not so keen on. Maybe I should get a 5th playing midfielder. Leo, I kind of agree more. I do sway towards the fixtures more than the form. But yeah, Jordan, you've been waiting there patiently. Let's bring you in and let's start building your team. Obviously,
Okay.
let us know what your thoughts are. Who are you putting in first?
Okay, so side with the goalkeeper, I think that's an obvious pick. So that would be probably Raya. That's similar to you. So it'd be Ray as a main
All right.
pick for the goalkeeper, and then a 4.5 goalkeeper, and say 4 mil goalkeeper.
All
So,
right.
or probably not Keller, but let's put Begovic in.
All right. You put Begovic in. You saying?
Yeah, just to fill that slot for the non-playing goalkeeper, and we'll put the obvious players in. Of course, you have Trent and Cancelo.
Is there anyone not going with Trent? I wonder.
I probably was the only guy that didn't last season, but not this season. And obviously in the midfield we have Salah, and I said this
Are you
last
locked
season.
as well with Diaz?
Yes, absolutely. Diaz is locked in.
All right. So yeah, we expect big things on Diaz, don't we? Both of us pretty much.
Oh
That's one
yeah,
that could.
absolutely.
I just got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Now you've gone with Diaz. There is a lot of players at that price mark in the 8 million range. As we mentioned, there's Bowen, there's Diaz, there's Foden, there's Saka, there's quite a Mount. What makes you go with Diaz over all the other 8 million midfielders?
I just think Diaz, when you see him play, he tries more harder than like other players. Like you don't normally see, let's say, a player like Diaz that's really attacking, but also defensively as well. He'll run right back to the defense and help out, and you don't really see that from many players in Premier League where they play in the midfield attacking and then run all the way back to your defense and help out if need
Okay,
be.
so it's
So
just someone like you just like the eye test, you like how he plays, and you want to
yeah,
bring him in more than so. Obviously, he only came in halfway through the season,
yeah,
so we don't have a massive sample size of him in the Premier League. But I think in the short period of time, he's done brilliantly, and a lot of people now, are looking at him as a really good asset to have ahead of even Jota and stuff.
yeah. He has that willpower, that 110%. He wants to give it all for his club Liverpool, and he's proven that last season in uh, his short appearances in the season. So yeah,
All
he's
right,
definitely
so
a player that has a lot more to give.
fair enough. Okay, so you'll prefer Diaz to every other 8 million midfielder. You say? Is there any other midfielders that you're putting in? Obviously, we've got.
Other midfielders, I'm trying to think now who I had. Oh yes, that was it. Yeah, Kulusevski was going to be my
Oh,
cheaper option to Son instead,
interesting. Okay, we're gonna chat about this one.
because I have not seen Kulusevski in many teams, which is
I
a
haven't
bit.
either, to be honest.
Yeah, I've seen Son, and yeah, I've pretty much seen Son mostly in teams. I've not really seen
I've not even seen
Kulusevski.
Son, to be honest. I've seen Kane. I've seen some few drafts with Kane, but not. I've not seen any actually with Kulusevski in it. So you're
Yeah,
probably the first person today that I've seen. Why Kulusevski?
it's similar to Diaz as well. Kulusevski is a player that when he has the ball, he does give a lot of opportunities to players as well as himself. Like we saw last season, the amount of assists he got from assisting either Son or Kane in follow up to goals. He just has that like knack to be in the right place at the right time and be like efficient with it every time. It's not like
Oh yeah.
he gets an assist this game or he gets an assist that game. He's consistently providing opportunities to the forwards. And I think with the way Conte has built this team for this season, I do think he's another great player that's going to do well in this season with Spurs. I do think he's going to flourish in that midfield.
Okay, I have a question for you as well, and I also have a question for you and for the chat. So,
Yeah.
Kulusevski or Saka? If you had to pick one for this to start in your team, guys, who are you going with? Drop it in the comments below. Kulusevski or Saka? You can only pick one. take into consideration their fixtures as well. Never give up. FPL says you're right. Jordan Diaz gives it all on the pitch. Excited to see him for a whole season. And I've seen a lot of people with the Diaz praise. Diaz is the pick.
Yeah.
Diaz is the best best 8 million midfielder. Richarlison to bench Kulusevski. Well, Richarlison isn't going to play in the first game. I don't know if anyone's seen the news, but Richarlison is suspended for the firework he threw last season. He's just got 1 match suspension, so he's going to miss game week 1.
Wow, they
But
held on to that suspension for
yeah,
next season.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, he got a 1 match suspension, so he's going to miss that game against Southampton.
that's annoying.
But I don't think he will bench Kulu. I think Richarlison's more likely to rotate with Son, which is another interesting shout. That's my opinion, because I think Kulusevski on that right hand side, cutting in on his left. I think Richarlison's more of a left-sided player and a down the middle player. He's not really a right-sided attacker where Kulusevski is. Similar to like Salah. Liverpool haven't really got anyone on that, a left-footed player that can cut in other than Salah, so he plays pretty much every game. That's what I think is with Richarlison as well, and he's more of a replacement, or not replacement, but cover for Son.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the depth. Let's say if anything happens to Son, if he gets injured or something, a red card or suspension, then you can put Richarlison in that spot.
Yeah. We've got Scott who says Saka, Leo says Saka, Elliot says Saka, Sherwin says Saka on pens and set pieces. Everyone's saying Saka. So
interesting. Saka.
Yeah, guys. Also, don't forget, guys, drop a like on the video. I think there was about 20 of us in here watching. So if you could get us up to like at least 20 likes, then I don't know how many likes we're on. Let me know, because I can't check on this. But yeah, get the likes up, guys, and also subscribe if you're new. I've seen a few new faces. If you could all subscribe, that'll be good. Kawanda is also in the chat. He says Saka. So pretty much everyone says Saka over Kulusevski, apart from you. So
that's quite a clean sweep. That is
actually, there's one guy. Is it Rich Melvin? He agrees with you. So you're not all on your own.
We've got a supporter of the
clear. Yeah, you got a supporter. So yeah, Kulusevski over Saka. You just think is just because you expect Spurs to have a better start, or is there anything particular with the players that you just prefer to go with Kulu?
Yeah, I do think because of both fixtures and the way Tottenham will be this season, I do think I'm not saying that Arsenal won't be, but I just think Spurs will give that first impression rather than Arsenal in their first game. I don't actually know who Arsenal are against in the first game.
Well, sorry, Arsenal got if you bring up the fixtures, I've got the fixtures here.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on, I'm on the wrong screen. Let me just bring up Arsenal's first 6. The Arsenal play at Palace, then Leicester, then Bournemouth, then Fulham, then Villa. You can see why people are, siding towards an Arsenal. It's because they do have arguably better fixtures than Spurs as well, because Spurs play Chelsea game 2, but other than that, it is a bit better. We've got Nelson Mbazi. He says Mount. Also, yeah, Mount's an interesting one. He's not been spoken about at all. I've not seen him in a single draft. Are we sleeping on Chelsea? Are we sleeping on Mount?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, Mount at 8 mil is a bit too much, I'd say.
Not a fan?
Not a fan. I was a fan of him last season. He proper ruined my rank a bit when I had him.
He trolled you, didn't he? Like every time you brought him in, he did nothing, and then
he was a troll player for me. Like
fair enough.
3 times I brought him in, nothing, and 3 times took him out, return every time.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you have Kulusevski in there then. You've gone with Kulusevski. Who's the next player you're putting in?
Next player I'm putting in is a defender who's a bit more cheaper than Cancelo and Trent, and that is Johnny.
Johnny, okay. Johnny. I forgot why I didn't have Johnny in. My bad. You reminded me. I need to put Johnny in my team. Or have I got Ben White in my team?
Yeah, because if we look at the fixtures for Wolves, they are pretty good, apart from the Tottenham away game. They got green fixtures and the Newcastle one. You could pretty much play Johnny, probably swap him out for someone at game week 3, and then play him maybe for Newcastle, and then play him for Bournemouth and Southampton. maybe
then
get
bench
rid
him
of
after.
him. Yeah, or you can either bench him or get rid of him in game week 7.
Yeah, that's true. When he's got Liverpool as a shout, Johnny's a shout. Obviously, we did mention Johnny a few, in our previous streams, but I completely forgot about him. There's a lot of 4.5 million midfielders, though. 4.5 million defenders. Johnny now. There's White, Tomoyasu. There's who else is there? There's obviously the Leicester guys. They're cheap as well. So
Yeah,
yeah.
not Dewsbury. What was the other one?
Also, hold on. Chief says there's 15 likes so far. Let's get that up. Yeah, guys. Everyone listen to Chief. Get those likes up. If there's only 15 and there's like nearly 30 in here, if we can get to 30 likes, that will be very good. So if you could do that, guys, we'll appreciate it. Never give up says I like the name Otto better than Johnny. Oh yeah, fair enough. Scott, yeah, he says Wolves and Brighton rotate quite nice. Yep, that's another thing I've seen on I think I saw on Instagram the fixtures. Wolves and Brighton do rotate quite nicely. So yeah, Johnny's in for you, innit? You're
Yeah,
pretty sold on him.
yeah, I'm pretty sold on Johnny for 4.5 as well. I'll say it's pretty decent to have for a defender who's nailed and attacking, and and
All right,
fixtures are good. So
all right. Put in another player. Who else are you putting in next?
next
Actually, hold on. There's
player,
another comment here. 8
yeah,
new review Johnny. You still on Johnny?
yeah,
All right.
yeah. I didn't really choose Johnny last season as well. I went for Kilman last season, but I completely ignored having Johnny in my team. But I realised afterwards how much Johnny was contributing to the team, and I thought, yeah, I could have gone with Johnny instead.
Yeah, Johnny. Obviously, I rate Johnny as a cheap as 4.5 million midfielders, 4.5 million defenders go. I do like Johnny. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on him. My 2 pence. Um, hold on. Let me see some other comments that are coming in. There's quite a few. What do you guys think of Robertson over Diaz? I think, for me, Diaz, mainly because Robertson's at 7 million, and for 7 million, you can get a James, you can get a Chilwell, you can get those type of players for a million cheaper. Where I save that million and put it towards a Diaz. Personally, that's what I'd do. But I do like Robertson. He's one of those steady eddies that will probably get close to 200 points, 180 points. So Robertson's a good set and forget. So I can see why you'd go there, but I just think there might be more value in the other defenders because they are priced slightly cheaper. Yep, Penguin, thank you for that, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Penguin.
Get us to 300 subs. JH Football, he says, can you rate my team on Insta? We can rate it on, if you have Twitter, maybe send us your team actually. Tag us on Twitter and we'll pull your team up on here, and then we'll try to do it live, maybe at the end before we go. So yeah, if you JH Football, if you could send it to us on Twitter, I'll bring it up. First, you got to smash the like button or the rate will be bad. Yeah, guys, listen to Never Give Up. Smash the like button. All right, Jordan, where were we?
Yeah, where were we? We were on Johnny as the next pick, so we picked Johnny. I'll
You were
say
going to pick a
my
midfielder, I think, weren't you? Oh, he doesn't have Twitter. All right.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm just interrupting you.
No, that's all okay.
All right, so follow us on Instagram with the FPL Duo _. So the FPL Duo _ DM us on on Instagram and send us your team, and I'll do it that way. I'll bring it up after the near the end of the stream. But yeah, I hope that's okay, mate. Yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, the next midfielder I was contemplating. I wasn't too sure who to go for the next midfielder.
Have you thought of a formation you're playing, by the way? Like, are you playing a 5 at the back or 4 at the back and playing 5 midfielders?
Yeah, I was going for a 5.
5 at the back.
Yeah, 5 at the back.
I see you've not got any Chelsea. Chilwell, James.
Yeah, I want to see what what happens to Chilwell and James in terms of in the back of my head, it's the injuries that worry me for both of
Oh,
them
with
players.
Chelsea.
Yeah, it's one of those because they're both at I'll say a risk of reoccurring injuries because of how serious, well, especially Chilwell's one was. It's that relapse issue that concerns me. But
Yeah, one thing with Chelsea, obviously, we mentioned this quite a lot. Um, they're another team that haven't bought a single player this summer yet. I know they probably will buy someone, but we'll have to see if they buy defenders because they've lost two centre backs. I want to see what they do, how solid they're going to be defensively as well. So bear that in mind, guys. But I
yeah,
still think Chelsea will be fine. To be honest, I think they'll still be up there for top four. We've
yeah,
got Triple V. He says, I love the way Huss is either streaming in a car or with no special gear or has full on professional mic, no in between. Great stream, guys. Yeah. Obviously, if you guys catch my stream yesterday, obviously, sorry guys, the audio quality wasn't there. I am back in my normal setup now where I've got the proper mic. So yeah. But yeah, thank you for that comment, man. We look forward to seeing you on our streams as well. So yeah, obviously we have a lot of content to come through the season. FPL Penguin says, lads, thoughts on Nico Williams as that cheap budget defender if he signs for Forest. Yeah, there are rumors that he's going to Forest, isn't he? I think he's agreed personal terms. I saw somewhere, and it's looking like he will join. I'm surprised. I thought he'd join Fulham. If he joins Nottingham Forest, the only reason he doesn't become an option for me, I'd say, is because I just think if he's 4.5 million, there's just so much. There's so much other better 4.5 million defenders for me. If he's 4 million and he plays every game, maybe. But I'll have to see because obviously Forest are a bit of an unknown quantity. I've not seen too much of them, if I'm being honest. Obviously, I don't watch too much Championship, but I know Nico Williams had a great end of the season with Fulham. He was doing all right, but yeah, I think a lot depends on how Forest actually adapt to the Premier League because I don't think they'll find it easy. Um, so yeah, it's hard to say with them. I have to see how they do because I don't really like bringing in I don't know, promoted teams players. Maybe have one in like I've got none. I don't have any, do I? Promoted players.
no, no. I
Yeah,
don't
so
think many
yeah,
people won't really though.
obviously if I know Penguin supports Liverpool as well, so obviously he knows probably about a lot about Nico as well. He's decent, but he just hasn't got game time at Liverpool. But he's a decent player. Sherwin, Gallagher back to Chelsea. Yeah, don't know if he's an FPL option for me as well yet. I want to see if he becomes a starter. I know he also had a really good season, didn't he, at Palace? Well, I know he tailed
Yeah,
off a bit, but
yeah, he did have a good run, and he did sort of
he
go
scored
on
a
the
few goals,
goals.
didn't
Yeah, he did. At one point in the season, he did go on the goal spree.
he? So just to clarify, you're not getting any Chelsea defenders. I've seen a lot. Everyone's either got double Chelsea. At least one wing back, Reece James, Chilwell. You're not
Yeah,
fancying any of them.
no, I did at the start. I got really overexcited when I saw Chilwell and James at 6 mil. I think that's what triggered that need to have either one or both of them in my team. But now I think about it, I look at the issues that could occur from if we don't consider the price. Like for example, when you mentioned Rudiger leaving and those defenders leaving, it's a bit of an uncertainty what the defence will be like for Chelsea in the season,
Oh, I see.
and also injury concerns from Chilwell or James as well could be a factor. Probably not in the early stages of the season, but later on in the mid to late parts of the season.
Hmm.
So I probably won't go there to
All
start.
right, that's a fair shout. You just want to wait and see how they're doing it with the new signings they might make, and there is uncertainty at Chelsea. So obviously, we'll have to see how they do regarding their departures.
Yeah,
Who else commented? Never give up also commented said Pereira to Fulham. Yeah, that's a shout. We spoke about it, I think, briefly. Mahrez be on penalties or Haaland. I think Haaland. That's another
yeah,
thing with Haaland. If we assume he's going to be on penalties as well, right? Because Man City don't really have a designated penalty taker. One week it's De Bruyne, and then sometimes they give it to Sterling. They sometimes give it to Mahrez, who's they're not got a proper penalty taker. So if Haaland nails that down, he becomes even a better option if he gets penalties.
Yeah, that would be interesting when Man City get a penalty. Who would take it? But yeah, it's probably going to be Haaland. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, for us anyway.
Yeah, for us that have Haaland.
Hamza, he says, "How do you start a draft?" The game's out. The game is out. You should be able to go on the website, sign up, and yeah, start building a draft. So yeah, Haaland for sure, no doubt. The way the players are priced this season, 5-4-1 is the way to go. Basically, he say Nelson is saying, yeah, I agree, or
Yeah.
even 4-5-1. You could argue for a fifth midfielder. Either way, Jordan, I think
Yeah.
let's add someone in.
Okay, so the next player is going to be a defender, and it's going to be a Spurs defender, and that's Perisic.
Good choice.
So the 5.5 mil defender is in my team.
Okay.
And for my last defender slot, I'm probably going to go for a.
Well, you're gonna go for a cheap, like, or
I
Arsenal.
think,
You could go Ben White. Tomiyasu. Because if you don't want to go Chelsea, I probably would still go Chelsea if I were you. Looking at the way the balance is, obviously you got Johnny who's quite cheap. Perisic 5.5. I guess Perisic is a bit of a premium, isn't he? At 5.5, but I
yeah,
don't know.
I'd say it's a cheap premium. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go with Ben White. There's Tierney.
Tomiyasu 4.5.
Tomiyasu 4.5. I was instead of Perisic, I was swayed to Regulon because I'm not sure if Regulon was a player that would probably.
Yeah, I don't think he'll start as much. Really, he
Yeah,
doesn't really play, does he?
no, it's a
So
shame because he was 4.5 mil. He would have been a nice cheap Spurs defender to have if he was nailed. But yeah, I'll probably go for a
you could go
Tomiyasu.
the Aston Villa guys that you're probably ignoring. I don't know, Matty Cash.
Yeah, at the moment I'm ignoring Aston Villa until their fixtures improve. But
All right.
I think for now I'll put Tomiyasu in just for the moment. I might change my mind later on.
Okay.
I've
So
got
you've gone with
22.
two. Just interestingly, sorry, you've
Yeah.
gone with two budget defenders: Tomiyasu, Johnny, 4.5 million midfielders. This is what I was got to say as well. Showing I was going to bring this up. You need a Chelsea defender. Their fixtures are too good. What would you say to that? Because obviously I'm looking at your team thinking, surely you got to have a Chelsea defender in there. But are you not swayed or?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know because
Fair enough. That's the
it's
beauty of FPL.
yeah,
Different
yeah.
teams and yeah.
It's all well that they have. I know the fixtures are good. It's just
I mean, this could still change because obviously, if Chelsea sign, I don't know, De Ligt, and they sign Koundé or whoever, then
yeah,
maybe we want to buy more Chelsea defenders. I don't know because at the
yeah,
moment, if we as it stands, who's going to play in their back five? I mean,
yeah,
you got Reece on the right, and you're going to have Chilwell on the left, and you're going to have the three centre backs. It's probably going to be Thiago Silva. Do we expect Chalobah to play? Probably.
yeah,
Who have they
probably.
got? Chalobah and then maybe Aspilicueta as a right side of centre back if he's not left. So the centre back options, they need to buy someone definitely. Then I guess you could decide. But we know they probably will. So we're going on that basis as well. So yeah, obviously they got Malang Sarr as well. So yeah, they're not got Rudiger's a big miss. I think he's going to be a big miss, and they're going to find it hard to replace him. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm still sticking by my plan. I'm going to have at least one of them. I think you need to have. For me, I would like a James or a Chilwell. But yeah, that's fair enough. Who are you going with in midfield? Because you got a bit of money, I guess, to spend, and you've gone
yeah.
quite cheap in defense.
I got 22 left, money remaining. So
Why didn't you put in like a 4.5 striker? Unless you play in some other formation.
I still think I'm playing 5-4-1. I
Okay.
having Haaland just up front. I'm considering whether I can fit this in because I've never done this before on the draft.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Go
far.
ahead.
So I was thinking maybe Saka as well. This is a squeeze because he is 8 mil too, and have 3 8 mil midfielders is say not
Okay, so you're
too
going big
easy.
in midfield, pretty much.
Potentially, yeah.
You've gone 3 8 million midfielders plus Salah, and you got Haaland as well. How much have
Yeah.
you got left of the budget?
So there's 14 left
Okay.
of the budget.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have at least. Well, you might as well put in a 4.5 striker, I guess, just to see like what you have left, budget wise. If anyone's got any comments as well regarding Jordan's team, drop them in below. What you guys think of his team. And yeah, guys, don't forget to smash the like button. Let us know how many likes we're at. We're trying to get the likes up. Also, subscribe, guys, if you're new. We've been also for the guy that was in the previous chat. What was it? JH Football. I think Jonah. I've got your team on Instagram. I am gonna go over it. He sent me 2 drafts, so we'll probably do that at the end if we get some time. So yeah, I've got your team.
Cool. But yes, so I put Greenwood in as the 4.5 forward.
All right,
which
and what's the
leaves,
budget saying?
so the budget is 9.5, and there's 2 spots left, 1 midfield and 1 forward to put in. So
Can you fit that in? I just your budget.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to have like no bench. Oh, you're gonna have to have 2 4.5.
Yeah, that's
Oh, actually, yeah. Or you could have probably a 5 million striker, or sorry, a midfielder. Who are you putting in next?
that's the question. I'm not sure who to put in next because this is where it becomes more tricky, the budget, because
Yeah.
you have to choose. Really, there's not much options.
Why don't you put in someone like Undav and have a bench of have a striker on the bench? Like I've got Undav or Mateta.
Only problem with bringing Undav in is 5.5, and that will leave me with 4 mil.
Is there any 4 mil midfielders? There are. You'll have to have a non-play midfielder. I think that's fine. Just getting a
4.
Nelson says he will downgrade Saka to Neto.
Really?
That's what he's saying. Did I have Saka in my draft? I don't actually know. Did I have Saka in my draft?
No, you had Neto, I think.
Instead. No, I did. I had Saka and Neto.
Oh,
and I had a 4.5. I had a 4.5 midfielder.
Yeah, there is no 4 mil midfielders.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to get in a cheap midfielder if that's the way you're gonna go, and then you'll have to downgrade Undav, but then you won't really have a bench. That's another thing. Like, do you really want a bench? Because I think you'll need at least one. Personally, I'd like to have one in there, like just in case. I don't know, but you've gone the premium midfielder route, so I'll let you decide what to do.
Yeah.
Unless the chat's saying you should, or what's it saying? Neto at 5.5 or Saka to Martinelli. The problem with Martinelli is he going to play, guys? And that's a serious question. I don't know if he will, because they've got so many midfielders now in that. Well, they've got Odegaard, they've got Saka, they've got Martinelli, they've got Smith Rowe, they've got Fabio Vieira, who they've just bought. Obviously, Jesus now is going to play up top, so that there's no false 9 anymore. So that's 6 already. I'm thinking they've got more players, don't they?
Yeah.
Martinelli, I remember I had Martinelli last season, and a lot of the times I had him as a starting player, so I had to play him most weeks, and he never played. Like, he'd get benched, and then he'd play like the odd week and stuff. So I am scared to go with Martinelli. I just think he won't play regularly. Let us know what you guys think about Martinelli, because I don't know if he's a starter for Arsenal.
I mean, I could do something different to play with.
We've got some comments coming in. Oh, sorry, I've read out the wrong comment. Saka to Martinelli or Nketiah instead of Saka. Interesting shout, because I've not seen Nketiah shouts. I just think he's not a realistic option for me.
No. Jesus becomes the alternate. 1 million more, but Yeah, he's going to play more than Nketiah will.
Jordan, there you go. There's another help here. Someone's mentioning Neto. I think we've had a few Neto shouts here. I think we had
Okay.
2 Neto shouts. You want to put Neto in at 5.5? Can you budget stretch?
It can't, but I can swap out either a
You
Saka
don't.
or Perisic or someone.
I mean, you could do Undav down to a 4.5 and then have no other striker option for Haaland, and then get in Neto. Then you'll have Neto on the bench, or Perisic, or Johnny, whoever you want to have on the bench. So you're basically sacrificing your striker spot. Haaland is the main man, and you have nothing else apart from that, really. You could just. I've seen. Yeah, you can get Gale and then get Neto in. Probably.
I only have 5 mil left, so I can't get Neto.
Yo, all right. Oh, I don't know what you're gonna do then. Someone's saying you should. Oh yeah. Does he mean Sancho? Sancho, what is he at? 7 mil now or something like that.
Yes,
I agree.
I think he is.
Someone says I agree going big in midfield, but seems like you have to play Undav then. Yeah, do you really want to play him? That's the question as well. You'll have to play Undav.
Yeah.
Hello, Jeff. Before I put that in. There you go. Never give up, FPL. He's always He's always quicker than me.
Yeah, this is a tough one because I want Saka, but I also want a Spurs midfielder. But I'm not going to get rid of Salah or Luis Diaz. That's going to be crazy.
So you want Saka, you want Kulusevski, you want Diaz, you want Salah. The only way you could really do that, what's the budget left? I can't really see it. 5 mil. You're going to have to get a cheap 5 million player. Like someone like Elanga. Maybe if he gets a run of games under Ten Hag. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
You're not a fan of Man United. I know you are. You support Man United, but you're not a fan of their players.
I'm not a fan of the players because we don't know what state it's going to be in when they do play and who's going to play and if it's part of Ten Hag's playing as well because we still don't know what he has planned for the team and who starts and who doesn't. But I think what I might do is drop down Cancelo to.
Ooh, Cancelo's going
for now to a
Laporte.
Laporte.
Nah, I don't think I'd want to move Trent. I see someone in the chat saying move Trent. Someone says surely Son has to be in joint top scorer and Spurs have improved. There you go. Son. It's mad because Son, he was top scorer last season. I think we forget that, but I think it's hard to fit Son in. If we're being honest, you have to have Haaland or Son really. To have all three, Son, Haaland, Salah, you have to make massive sacrifices elsewhere, and I don't know if people are willing to do that. But let us know, Nathan, if you're going to have Son in your Game Week 1 team, and if so, does that include Haaland as well? So I'm interested to see how you're going to fit Son in, assuming you've got Salah. Because I think everyone and their dog has Salah in their team. And if you don't, then you're a braver man than I am. Nelson says you can move Trent to Robbo. Would you want to do that? I mean, you've got a team, haven't you? You sorted it. Laporte's in. There you go.
Yeah, I had to downgrade Cancelo to Laporte, which gives me an extra 1 mil, which I can now bring in Neto.
I like your midfield, though. Like Saka, Luis Diaz, Kulusevski, Saka, Neto. That is a serious midfield.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It's a shame I can't get Cancelo in as well. But despite that, I think I'm pretty happy with the rest of the team as it stands.
All right, let you select it, confirm it, and then to go on your pick team bit, and then just have your bench and everything ready. Let's see how it would look on your team if you confirm your transfers. I know this is just an early draft. All right, let me read some comments out. Perisic to Walker to save money, potentially. Yeah, Walker is 5 million, guys, so it's a decent price if he gets game time. No room for Son without taking big sacrifices. David, do a 4.5 million midfielder, upgrade Johnny to a 5 million defender, play 5-4-1. Um, Nathan Banks. I'm thinking starting Son over Salah. Salah's post African Cup of Nations wasn't as good as Son's in the same spell. Okay, that's the one. It will come down to Son v Salah. I'm not willing to go without. I'm not willing to go without Salah, guys. If you are, fair enough. I just think it's quite risky because obviously Salah's got. Let's look at Salah's fixtures as well. Can you bring up Liverpool's fixtures, Jordan?
Yep.
Fulham, Palace, Man U, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Everton, Wolves. He's also a great captain option most weeks. And Liverpool have a great start to the season in terms of fixtures. And yeah, the reason I like Salah, I think, is that he's a good captain option. Like most weeks, you could put your armband on Salah, and he's reliable to get points. I know he had the dip second half of the season, but I think that a lot of that was down to fatigue, the African Cup of Nations, mentally getting knocked out twice. I think that did play a part, plus maybe some of the contract stuff that was going on with him. But I think he's coming into my team. There's no debate. I think he's the GOAT of FPL. Krish Naj says, I've uploaded my team on your Twitter. Can we discuss whenever you all want to? Yes, Krish Naj. Let me just check my Twitter. Let me check my Twitter. If I got a tweet. What's your Twitter at? Is it Tony Montana 3? That's the only one I've got. If that's you, let me know, because I've got your team here. Is it the one with Dan Burn, Regulon, Mings at the back? If it is, let me know, and I will talk about that. Maybe we should do another video, actually, a separate video where we talk about your teams, and because there's so many, there's another team we have to do before that. So it's 2 teams we can get through. I don't mind if you guys enjoy the content, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. Obviously, we're gonna have a lot of content to come throughout the season. So if you guys enjoying what you see, don't forget to drop a like, because we don't mind rating your teams. But yeah, hopefully one at a time, because we'll have to do the other one first that I got on Instagram. I think half the country is taking Raya though. Yep, Raya. I've seen a lot of people with Raya in the team. You could go Melia, Meslia at Leeds. I think that's how you say his name. We've got Ibrahim in the chat. Shout out to him. I really like the team, but what if Kulusevski is more of a rotation risk than now Richarlison has arrived? I spoke about Richarlison. I don't think Richarlison is going to play on that right-hand side. Now, I could be completely wrong. I think Richarlison is more of a risk for Son and Kane, dare I say it. Because I think Richarlison, he's not really played in the right-hand side much for Everton. He usually comes off that left or through the middle. Now, unless Conte changes the way Richarlison has been playing for the last few years, that's just my, my 2 thoughts, my 2 cents on Richarlison. I don't think he'll play on the right. So that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, what would you reckon anyway? Because he's saying Richarlison has arrived. Is he a risk, Kulusevski? Have you given that a thought, or are you not worried?
No, I'm not really worried, because Kulusevski is settled in that role in Spurs, and it'd be very weird for Richarlison to take that away from him, and especially for Conte to do that to him, because it will make a bad relationship between manager and player if he just suddenly decides to play Richarlison over Kulusevski, as he's just a new arrival to the team. It would look a bit.
One thing I will say regarding Spurs, we forget, guys, they are in the Champions League now, so they're gonna have a lot more games. They're in Europe. I know they got knocked out of the Conference League last year, very early on, obviously because of I can't remember why it was, but they got let out early, didn't they, of the Conference League? So they have a lot more games this year, and Conte doesn't like to rotate, so he will have to pretty much rotate, because you can't play Wednesday, Saturday, and play all the same players again. So Richarlison could be, playing more in the Champions League or the league. We'll have to wait and see, because how they do in the Champions League as well. We've got Adil Uddin in the chat. Shout out to him. He says, should I get in Coutinho? It's the fixtures, right? What's the Aston Villa fixtures looking like?
Aston Villa fixtures, I don't actually have them.
You can bring them up. Oh, shall I bring them up?
Yeah, probably better if you bring them up because I don't have any Aston Villa players to bring the fixtures up with.
All right, let me bring Aston Villa up. Let me just take Saka out for now. Um, Aston Villa, Coutinho not game week 1 anyway for me, because I just think at that price bracket, 7 million, I prefer that Luis Diaz, even a Foden. I'd rather have Foden instead of Coutinho for me, even though he is £1 million more. Um, I just think there's more options, and I was quite disappointed with the way Villa ended last season. Very disappointed. I think they weren't great, if I'm being honest. So they're another team I have to see how they do. I know Gerrard's their new season, his full season in charge, and Coutinho, I rate Coutinho, of course, great player, but I just think Villa are a team that I don't know how they're going to go. Their season's a bit, because the way they ended the last season probably just made me think, put bad taste. But yeah, I don't know with Coutinho, but I can see why you'd go for him. Bournemouth, Everton, Palace, West Ham, but then he's got that tough game from game week 5. You probably want to get rid of him. So yeah,
Yeah, it's a
Elang.
short-term hold.
Yeah. Also, someone's Ayan says Elanga or Neto. Neto for me easy. Elanga might not start. Madison in for Kulu. What do you think of that, Jordan?
Mm,
Is Madison
don't.
8 mil though as well? He's 8 mil as well,
He
isn't
is
he?
8 mil, which I found a bit
There
too
you
much.
go. There's another 8 million midfielder that we forgot to talk about. There's quite a few in that price bracket.
I'd say there's probably way too many midfielders in the 8 mil bracket that you kind of want more than just three or two.
Mm.
Because last season you could have 4 or 5 within a budget, but this season you could stretch to a third, and that's it. You can't possibly fit a fourth in if you really go cheap. And
Yeah,
everywhere else, it's just tricky. So you have to pick really wisely who you want in midfield, and it's better to go for the ones that you think are going to start off well. I don't know about Leicester.
all right, that's fair enough. Leicester, you're not a fan of them at the start. I'm not too keen on them either, just because I just think there's better fixtures for other teams. But I like Madison. There's a lot of players I like, but it's just fixtures matter to me a lot.
Yeah,
Second look, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I'd say probably Harvey Barnes attracts me more because of just the price difference. Because Harvey Barnes is 7 mil, so he's 1 mil less cheaper than Madison is. So
Mm,
you could opt for a Barnes instead of a Madison because arguably both do get returns. It just depends on who gets more than the other. But yeah, you could go down the Barnes route too instead.
okay, fair enough. Why Newcastle assets are ignored? They have decent fixtures and could be a good differentials. Only City, Liverpool, West Ham in the first 10. Very good question from Highman 10. Why are we ignoring Newcastle, Jordan?
Well, the very first idea of my team, I did have Bruno Gomes there because despite despite the difficulty of 2 in the top 5 they go against, I do think the other 3 fixtures are really good. I do agree with Hyman 10 with that. I would hesitate to include a Bruno Gomes in the team or maybe a Kieran Trippier in the defence. Either
Mm,
one, I'll probably have one defender, one midfielder from Newcastle just to have that like different variety in the team because Newcastle are a team that we expect for them to do well as well in the season due to the signings and now that players have come back from injury like Trippier and Wilson, it's going to look very much
mm.
different now. Newcastle, they're going to get stronger and stronger as seasons pass and become
Yeah,
one of those top teams.
yep, that's true. Also, there's a lot of questions coming in, but I am going to get back to the teams I had to rate or give thoughts on. Now, I'm going to do the one on Twitter first. Sorry, the Instagram first, because that's the one I received first. I hope he's if you are Jonah, let us know if you're still in the chat. If he's not, I'm going to do the other one. Jonah, I think his name was, what was his name was Jonah on Instagram, but he's got another handle. JH Football. JH Football, are you still in the chat? Let us know. I think he is. If he's not, I'm going to do the other one. Sorry, mate. We'll have to do another separate video. I think I've been sent in a few teams. Yeah, let's do this one. I received on Twitter. Okay, Tony Montana FC, Chris Nagy. So I've got your team on the screen. I'm not gonna. Can I bring it up on here? Let me bring it up actually. All right, guys. So I want to rate this team I received. Let me know. So yeah, hopefully I have to share my screen. So give me a sec, guys. So I've received a request from one of you guys to do a like a rate my team thing. So I'm gonna do that now. How do I get this comment off? Okay, so let me share that. Share screen. All right, there you go. So I got sent in this team on Twitter. So let's rate this. Let's discuss. So yeah, Chris Nagy, I think it's his team. So yeah, I'm not ignoring you, mate. He's saying I'm ignoring him. Nah, it's just there's a lot of teams, and we've got a lot to discuss. But we will do another separate video. But we'll do yours today because we've got a bit of time. Sanchez in goal. He's got Burn. He's got Reguilon. He's got Mings at the back. He's also got Saka, Salah, Son, Diaz, and Foden. So he's packed at the midfield, pretty much. He's gone with a similar midfield to you, the 8 million players, and then Diaz and Salah. I see that's quite popular then. Yep. Then up front is interestingly gone with no Haaland, which I kind of like to see because it's a bit different. Because I've every draft, I know I've got it myself, but he's gone Havertz and Watkins. And then on the bench, he's got White, Kufal, and Parrott, and Caballero as well. So I'll give my thoughts first. I'll give my thoughts first on it, what I think. So Sanchez, I have to bring his fixtures up because I've not got Brighton's. Can you bring them up, Jordan? And just read out to me Brighton's fixtures because I don't know if I start with Sanchez. I mean, he's not got bad fixtures, has he?
No. Let me just see Brighton's fixtures.
Yeah, if you could bring them up for me, that would be good. Let me just. So Dan Burn, I think that's decent. I think Dan Burn is 4.5 million midfielder, defender. He's quite cheap. I would prefer Trippier if you could stretch to Trippier personally. I just think he's probably a bit more attacking threat. He's on set pieces, but yeah, Burn, I think he's decent. If you like Newcastle, interestingly, you've gone with a cheap defense, which is very different to a lot of the template, should I say, which is interesting. But yeah, it's nice to see a different team. Reguilon, I'm not so sure on, if I'm being honest. I just think with Reguilon, he is a massive rotation risk. I don't even know if he starts. Yeah, I'll probably play Ben White. And I see you got Ben White on the bench. If I had to play Reguilon on Ben White, I'd probably play White because I don't think Reguilon will start. I may be wrong. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. And then Mings, yeah, I'm not so keen on Mings, I'll be honest with you. Can you bring me up Aston Villa's fixtures, Jordan, as well?
Yeah, I can bring up. I got Brighton's fixtures if you want them first.
Yeah, I think this comment kind of made me laugh. He thinks Tar or no Robertson is criminal. I have to kind of agree. I think Trent, you have to have Trent. I know it's template, it's boring, but I just think you have to have Trent.
I mean, I did have Trent last season, and look how that went for me.
But there you go, man. You gotta have at least one Liverpool. You got no Liverpool, no Chelsea, no Man City defense as well. Yeah, I'd take out Mings maybe if you could try fit in maybe a Chelsea defender, a Chelsea wing back, maybe for Reguilon, who isn't nailed. If we're being honest, Reguilon, there is not a chance he starts ahead of Perisic. Surely not. Midfield, I do really like the midfield. If I'm honest, I like that he's gone with Son. Oh, sorry, yeah, he's gone with Son, hasn't he? So that's after Son and Salah. I completely forgot he's gone with Son. So
that's soaked up a lot of the budget. I think having Son in there as well to make that team work.
Premium midfield. Havertz, I
Yeah,
like Havertz, if I'm being honest. I know he's not on many drafts. I do like that. Watkins is okay. I just don't know about Aston Villa as a team. Um, but yeah, the defense I think needs a bit of work, but I like the rest of the team. Maybe I wouldn't have Mings. I wouldn't really have Reguilon either. But other than that, I do like the team. Maybe you could do Watkins down to how much is Watkins? Was he 7.5?
7.5.
If you want to squeeze another point 0.5 out of Watkins, maybe downgrade him to Toney. Toney's also got really good fixtures. If you want to go a bit different, because I'm not so sure on Aston Villa as a whole. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion. He says Salah and Diaz makes up for no Trent or Robbo. Yeah, fair enough. If you think you can go without them, then yeah, man, go for it. If you think that's the right decision, then that's all you got. That's the thing I like about FPL. Like there's all different opinions and it's interesting, isn't it? So everyone's got a different team. Sometimes template and everything. A lot of us do have similar teams, I guess, because everyone's now just stats and everything with access to the same info. So it's different. But yeah, Chris, hope that's helped you out and given you the thoughts on your team. So yeah, we're gonna get that off now.
yes, it was a very interesting team. It's definitely a differential in the defense and the forwards. Definitely something different. I haven't seen Watkins at all.
Also, FPL Penguin, thank you for that. He was pushing our subs on the chat. So yeah, we just hit 300 subs. So saying congrats. So yeah, thank you for that, everyone.
Yeah,
If you want to
thank you,
say
guys.
for everyone that has subbed to us, 300 of you, I believe, we really appreciate it. And yeah, if we didn't have all you guys watching, we probably wouldn't do these videos. So we just grateful that there's 55 watching. So yeah, man, it feels good. But yeah, without you guys, wouldn't be doing this. So shout out to you all of you as well. We've been doing this for like 6 months and we've gained a few subs. But we plan to keep it going and hopefully we can build a decent community, something a bit different. Because obviously our content is we prefer the live streams and the longer videos. If you guys like that type of content, then yeah, drop a like and a subscribe. So yeah, where was we now? Where was
Yeah,
we on? We were talking about. Actually, hold on, wait a sec. We've got Oscar Willis who says, "What's the Twitter?" Let me just put that out actually now because I think I forgot to shout that out. Guys, if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's the FPL Duo. So it's basically the same as our YouTube. So the FPL Duo on Twitter, and the Instagram is the same, but there's an underscore at the end. So the FPL Duo underscore on Instagram. The Twitter is just the FPL Duo. Yeah, basically someone robbed our at on Instagram, so I couldn't take the same at. So if you guys know who that is, help me out. Let me get that at. But yeah, man. There you go. That's out the way. Any more comments? There was another team actually I had on Instagram, but I think he's left the
yeah,
chat. So I don't want to do it now if he's not here. You know what I mean? So I want him to. Obviously, if he's
yeah.
not in the chat,
Just
then
see it so that we can
yeah, I'll
talk.
probably have to do it on another video. We've got Roman Jarvis. He says, "Hi lads, hearing rumors that Chelsea are switching formation to a back four. Thoughts on how this will affect James and Chilwell?" Good question. Actually, I heard the same myself. If that happens, I think yes, James and Chilwell do slightly become less attractive, but not unattractive enough to me to remove them out my team. I still think I will still have them even if they change to a back four. So that's just my thoughts on it. But yeah, I could see them moving to a back four. Chelsea are just an interesting team. They haven't done any signings yet, and I just think they need defenders, guys. Like they play a back five, and they've got like 3 centre backs or something like that.
Yeah,
And Aspilicueta might be moving as well.
it's pretty crazy that Man United have done more signings than Chelsea have, and we never thought that would happen.
I actually said at the start, or sorry, end of last season, when I said Chelsea are a team that, because they've got the new ownership change, they are going to struggle, I think, to bringing players in because it takes time when they've changed the whole structure. So a lot of people have left as well. So we'll have to see. Which comment? Well, we can answer this. Nathan Banks says, "What are you feeling about Bernardo Silva?" I'll let you answer this one, Jordan.
Bernardo Silva is not really one I'd probably target in terms of a player that's going to get a lot of returns. Because last season he did have a spell where he let's say he overperformed in his XG and XA, and because of that, a lot of people brought him in because we thought that would continue, but it sort of flatlined afterwards. He sort of didn't really get anything afterwards. He got an assist, odd assist here and there, but that's about it. Because I did own him last season, and he didn't really give me much for most game weeks. So it was kind of a waste to have him in my team because he's not the person that is, let's say, up front as other players in Man City are. He's more of he stays at the back and gives the ball more up front. So I wouldn't consider him an option this season. I think there's far more better options in the midfield to go for rather than Bernardo Silva. And also we have to consider Pep's rotation because we don't know Bernardo Silva will probably play most, but it just depends on if he can get as many returns, let's say, as a Mount or Saka or someone of that quality.
Yeah, I got actually. Let me take this team off. Why have I still got this team up on the screen? Let me share my screen with the fixtures. Just bear with me for a sec, guys. Yeah, regarding Bernardo, I should give my thoughts quickly on Bernardo. The thing with Bernardo, I think, is I do like Bernardo as an asset. I mean, last season he was brilliant, especially from September to about December. He was banging in goals, but when Kevin De Bruyne came into the team, we saw him come back a bit, and then De Bruyne was pushed up. Now, when he plays with De Bruyne, I'm not as keen on him because I think De Bruyne is the main man, and he's always the final action. When De Bruyne was injured, if De Bruyne gets injured, I'm getting him in. Like, I'll consider getting Bernardo in, but with City, just got so many midfielders, they could play anyone up there, so it's hard to. But Bernardo, I don't know. I think at that price range, there may be more players I'd want that are more attacking players. I think Bernardo, he plays in that reserved kind of in the pivot, but yeah, brilliant player. I just don't know if I'll be getting him in for game week 1 because I prefer to get in you know like a Luis Diaz, Saka, Foden, Mount, these other forward thinking players. And with Haaland now joining Man City, I want to see how that affects the dynamic of the team, and if Bernardo becomes a bit more, I don't know, because they're going to play different, obviously. So if Bernardo plays a bit further behind, maybe Haaland's the one we want to get in, and De Bruyne, because you can only have 3 players from a team, guys. So you can't have, if you're having Haaland, if we're going to have Cancelo, then, and I'd rather have De Bruyne if it could stretch De Bruyne before I bring in a Bernardo. But that's just my thoughts on him. Oscar says he'll send the team soon. Yeah, send it on Twitter, and we'll try our best to bring it up. Maybe not this stream, but on another stream, hopefully. Regan, shout out Regan. Are you doubled up with Chilwell and James? With Chilwell and James, I am not doubled up on them. I've got, as you can see, I've got James in my team as of now. I may double up on them, but I think at the moment I'm not too keen on it, just because I have to see, do they sign other centre backs to support that defense? At the moment, their centre backs don't fill me with too much confidence. Ryan here on the chat says, would Jota be underlooked? Got loads of points last season, only 9 mil, I think. Yeah, interesting one, this one here. Because we forget, actually, Jota scored 15 league goals last season, and he didn't even play, he didn't play every game, especially from January onwards. Luis Diaz came in, and Jota still got goals. So Jota could be undervalued. The problem is, he's a striker this season. So I think that's why people are not looking at Jota. If he was a midfielder, then I'd definitely be looking at Jota. But because he's a striker, you can only have, if you have Haaland, you have Diaz, you have Salah. I just think FPL haven't helped him, making him a forward. But Jota, he will get goals. I'm pretty certain. And also, as I mentioned earlier on, don't be surprised, guys, if Jota starts the season ahead of Nunez. I know Nunez is a big money signing, and everyone's expecting him to start. But we know how Klopp and Liverpool do it. They don't just chuck the players in. Even if Darwin Nunez will get given time, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Jota play ahead of him, especially at the start of the season. Is Perisic nailed? Says Ronak. I don't know yet, but I would be surprised if he's come to play on a bench. If I'm being honest, we've got Lukata in the stream. Shout out to him. He says Perisic and Trent are a must. I agree. I've got both of them in my draft as well.
So do I.
I need a 5.5 midfielder who is a Neto. Jordan, any thoughts? Anyone there?
5.5 midfielder who is a Neto. That's a very good question.
Bring up the list if you can. I'll let you decide that. He'll get back to you. I don't know how you pronounce your name because I can't read that, but Jordan, I'll let you answer that when you've got someone.
Yep.
Regan, recommend Gordon or Wissa. Someone in the chat helping him out, I think. Yeah, Gordon. Guys, there is 80 of you in here, 80 people. If you guys could smash the like button and also subscribe if you're new, because we've not had that many on here as much as recently. But if you can, drop a like. Also, guys, subscribe. We really appreciate your support. It really helps the channel grow. And yeah, it will be very much appreciated, guys. Okay, yep. Sorry, mate. He says he's Greek. Interesting. Okay. Where are you watching from? Let us know. Also, just to test something out, guys, for the first time, why not? Because there's 82 of you in here. Let us know where you're watching from, because it is about 10 o'clock here now, and we're still streaming.
Yep.
So let us know where you're watching from. Now, I'll be interested to know, because I think the other day we had someone like from Australia and stuff, and that was interesting chatting to them. Okay, I'm gonna read out some more comments.
Okay, I've got an interesting 5.5 mil player too.
Who you got?
I've got Demarai Gray.
Demarai Gray. Okay, Everton though.
Yeah, but Everton's fixtures, apart from the first one, are green, which I think is a bit underlooked for Everton, obviously because last season they were almost relegated from the Premier League. But
yeah,
they have a chance to redeem themselves in the first 4 matches because they got.
Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry, I got a comment up. Shout out to this guy, Clarence, in the chat. I think he's a Man City fan. He says, why is ASM so underlooked with him only being 6.5? He's from Singapore and it's 5 a.m. I just want to say, shout out to this guy. He's out here 5 a.m. and he's on our stream and he's in Singapore. So, yeah, shout out to him, man. Also, everyone else, obviously, you got Mark, Dublin, Ireland. You got Gravy Dave from Doncaster. There's a lot of you as well. Belgium, someone's from Belgium. So there you go, Norway. So, yeah, man. Namibia as well. So, yeah, quite a few of you from
across the world,
across the globe. But yeah, Jordan, what were you saying?
I was saying for a 5.5 million midfielder, which is a little bit different and is underlooked, could be Demarai Gray. In Richarlison's absences, it could provide.
Yeah, sorry, I was saying that's a shout.
Oh, yeah, it could provide Demarai Gray with a more attacking option up front with Everton. So it could turn out well. I mean, Demarai Gray has the potential. We did see it every now and then with Everton, but yeah, I still think.
Sorry, I'm going to answer this question.
Yeah,
I'll let you answer it as well with me. Why is Saint Max underlooked? What's his price? Because he's a midfielder now, which is a good thing.
Midfield.
Because last season he was a no-go at striker. Now he's a midfielder.
That is a good question. The way he plays for Newcastle is top class. Like, he shouldn't be at Newcastle the way he plays. He dances around. I
don't want to disrespect the Newcastle fans.
No offense to Newcastle fans, obviously, but his class of football is crazy.
You rate him quite highly.
Yeah, the way I've seen the way he plays, and he dances around players like for fun.
Yeah, top player. Top player.
Yeah, he's a very top player to have. Newcastle are very lucky to have him.
But yeah, I don't think he's on. I just think there's just so much options because the prices are cheaper this year. I just think like there's if you're gonna spend 6 million on a midfielder or 7 million, you rather get one from the top 6, if you know what I mean. They're more likely to score, more likely to win games. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. Like, why would you want to go for a team further down when you can get like a top 6 team player for a lot cheaper? I know that's, people don't like that, the top 6, like the bias, but I just think that makes sense for me. We're gonna answer some more questions before we do go. I don't know when we're gonna wrap the stream. We've been going for nearly We've been going for nearly 2 hours. There's 100 of you in here. I think is that no? It's not the most we had, is it?
But no, I think it's almost the longest stream we've had, though.
Yeah, we don't really stream for that long, but yeah, we've got a few questions to answer here. So yeah. Also, before we do actually go, are you happy with your team, by the way? Like, is there anything you see yourself changing? Let's bring your team back up.
Let's go to the fixtures. So, well, that at the moment is probably, that's what I'm probably going with, if I'm honest. Let me just bring Neto back in if I can.
You wasn't keen on Neto, were you?
I wasn't keen on Neto, but with all the hype going on around him, I'm kind of convinced with him being in the team. And with fixtures for Wolves, yeah, I want to give Neto a chance and see what.
Okay.
But because there's no other option really, 5.5 apart from Gordon. But
yeah, Gordon at Everton though.
Yeah,
I'm not keen on Everton, man. Like the way they did last season, I just think you just gotta be. I don't know. You gotta be a bit mad to go for an Everton player to start with.
Yeah, you gotta have some bravery for that, or confidence, or something.
Never give up. FPL says, welcome new viewers, subscribe and throw in a like for these guys. Good job, you two. Yeah, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for that support. And everyone, if you could listen to Never Give Up, if you could throw a like in. Can someone let us know how many likes we have in the video? Because I actually can't check. I want, if we can get to 100 likes, if we've got 100 likes, I'm not sure if you do or not. Yeah, that would be very helpful. All right. Someone saying about Cucurella. I think it's 5 million, isn't it, Cucurella?
Yes, I think he is. But yeah,
Someone says, I'm gonna actually check if that's the case, because if there's 30 guys, like the stream. If there's 37 likes on here, I'm gonna check right now, because there's more of you here than there is likes, so we gotta get the likes up, guys. Yeah, there's 48 likes, guys. We're not moving until we get 60 likes. Just because, guys, the likes really help us out, because we're a small channel. It really helps our videos be seen more. So when you like our video, YouTube basically recommends it to other people, so our channel gets seen more. So it really helps us out. So if you guys could just drop a like, it goes a long way. Damien Lean, thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, guys, get the likes up. We should have a lot more likes in here with the amount of people that was in here. But yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yes, thanks for the support.
Okay, James, Chilwell, or Laporte got the 6 million for a defender. If I had to pick, if you've not got any Chelsea, I'd have one Chelsea, because I'm assuming you have Cancelo. So I'd have Cancelo, and I'll get one of the Chelsea boys. Would you agree, Jordan? Or you have another? You go Laporte in it.
Yeah, I'll probably go Laporte. Yeah.
Fair enough, man. No, you're not a fan of Chelsea at all. The defense.
Oh, the last year, the way they've trolled me. No.
Fair enough.
I could probably go against me in this season, but as it stands, I'm sticking by that.
All right, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Where was we? Let us know about Damien Lee, Nunez, or Haaland. I think you have to go Haaland. I don't think Nunez will start the season. Personally, I could be wrong, but I think Jota could play against Fulham.
Yeah, plus we want to see what Haaland can do as well.
Yeah, and Haaland, you expect him to start every game if he's fit in the Premier League, especially. I know we'll have to see though. But yeah, I think you gotta go Haaland. David says you got 61 likes, but there's 109 of you in here. Get the like ratio up, guys. The likes to viewer ratio should be higher. Good question from ASTL. If Cucurella goes to City, I think I'm bringing him in. I might have to bring him in, honestly, because I think he could be a good option.
Yeah, I would have brought him in even if he did stay at Brighton, I'd still bring him in.
I have a question though, and for you guys in the chat as well. Does Cucurella signing for Man City make Cancelo a worse option? Because Cancelo plays most of his attacking football, I'd say, on the left. So Cucurella comes in. Does Cancelo become a risk of minutes? What would you guys think? Because I think maybe he does, but I'll still have Cancelo, to be fair. There you go. Haaland it is. He's saying. From Damien.
Yep. That's a good choice.
But yeah, guys, let us know. Also, I've got to shout out our code, actually. Guys, we do have the FPL Duo Mini League. Now, if you want to join our Mini League, the code is on the screen right now. If you guys want to stop for like a minute or two and go join our league, B54P68. It's also in the description. We will have a prize. I don't know what the prize is yet, but whoever wins the league will receive a prize. I'll have to just think of what it is. We'll probably, rearrange something for the end of the season. So if you want to be in a chance to win the FPL Duo Mini League plus a prize at the end of the season, join our Mini League. The code is on the screen, and we'll send something out. Maybe we'll do something like a football shirt of your choice. Of the team you support. Maybe we'll give a shirt for the next season of the team you support. So that is there if you guys want to join. Yeah, I don't know how many people are in the league yet though, but yeah, let's get people in there. Ed says Martinelli gonna light up the season.
Well, that's
also I've seen a lot of chat about Walker. Kyle Walker, let's quickly chat about Kyle Walker. You don't think he'll play at that much, do you?
No, I don't know really. Can you see Walker playing a lot of minutes?
I think if he's fit, then I don't see why he shouldn't play. I think he still is one of Man City's better players. I know he's aging now and he's getting on a bit, but I don't think there is a minutes risk with him, because if they do sign, I think a lot depends on Cucurella. I know it's easy to say, but if he does sign, then maybe we'll have to have that discussion. But as of now, if they don't sign Cucurella, because we can only go off what's happened so far, and Cucurella is still a Brighton player. So as of now, Walker's still a good option. But if that will change probably for me if Cucurella joins. Luca Dean a shout. I think I prefer Matty Cash, but yeah, Luca Dean, yeah, I'd agree. Never Give Up has joined our league. Game is on. Yeah, hopefully, if you want to win it, you got to enter. So yeah, hopefully, there's a lot of you. There's enough of you guys in there this season and yeah, the winner will win something of their choice, probably a football shirt. But yeah, sorry about that. Someone said Lamptey.
Oh, Tarek Lamptey.
Lamptey's interesting. He's 4.5 million as well, isn't he?
He is, and attacking threat, well, defense.
Yeah,
good shout.
That's true. Lamptey's a decent shout. It's just with Lamptey, he's injuries, isn't he? Lamptey's injuries are just I don't know. I feel like he misses. He comes back, gets injured, comes back. But if he can get a stretch of games, then I like him as a player, though. A good player. MSF Daily is in the chat. Shout out to him. He says, I got to enter this league. There you go, guys. Listen to MSF Daily. We are going to wrap the stream up soon, I think. I mean, we've been going for nearly 2 hours. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. If you can, I've said that. I feel like I've said that so many times. But yeah. Also subscribe if you're new. Thank you. Actually, I want to say thank you to everyone that subscribed today because we've had quite a few subscribers. I think we've had about 30 subscribers or something, which is quite a bit for us.
Yeah, in one day, that's very
Yeah.
appreciated from everyone.
Yeah. So I just want to say thanks to everyone that subbed and thanks to everyone that has put a comment in the chat as well. FPL Penguins in the chat again. He said in the league. Yeah, I hope to see you there. Let's see if you can win it, man. Also FPL Penguin. I need to join your league. I know you DM'd me earlier. I said I'd join. I've just had to set the stream up, so I haven't managed a chance to actually to join your league. But I will be joining soon. I haven't forgot about that. We both will be joining.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. I think, Jordan, innit?
Yeah.
Unless you've got anything else to add. If anyone's got anything else to add, we're probably gonna wrap it up. Alfie says Jesus or Kulusevski or Saka. I think they're very different. I mean, one's a striker, but I go Saka.
Kulusevski.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go Kulusevski. Yeah. See you. He says see you next time. Hope channel grows. Yeah. Hopefully we started the channel. I think about December, so about 6 months we've been going. But yeah, guys, if you do enjoy what you saw today, as I've said, we have a lot to come this coming season. We're very excited. Obviously, the game dropped today. We were buzzing, and we have a lot of just a lot of content to drop. Really, we can't wait to get into it. Probably last question, something different. We haven't really talked about Mahrez, I guess, and Mahrez is an option if Sterling leaves. Yeah, I think he becomes an option, but there's always that doubt with Man City attackers. You know, the rotation risk. Can Alvarez play on the right? That's always the question. I don't know if he can or not. So if he can, then maybe not. I know the Man City have signed Alvarez, haven't they? So maybe that might have a little impact on Mahrez. But Mahrez is always an option. If I knew Mahrez was going to play, then yeah, he does become an option for me. But got a comment here from Daily Rap Flow. Shout out to him as well. He says, I love your content. Keep it up. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate the support. And yeah, thank you for watching. Who's the best 5.5? Neto. Yep. We're going to wrap it up here. We've been going for just under 2 hours. And yeah, guys, when are we next going live?
Oh,
if you want to know, actually, follow our Twitter, the FPL Duo, because we don't know when we're next going live. We'll put our content on Twitter as well before we decide to stream. And also, the season is in full swing now. Or not, a month left still. But I mean, we still have content coming out. And yeah, it's interesting now. So don't forget to smash the like button, ring the notification bell, and subscribe. All that good stuff, guys. And hopefully we see you guys again soon. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Jordan?
I think that's pretty much it. Just to say a huge thank you for everyone that's contributed to the chat. You've all been great in asking questions and your opinions and whatnot to us. And for those new subscribers as well, thank you all for subscribing to the channel and for reaching our target of 300.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're trying to reach 300 before the season starts. So obviously you guys have smashed that. So thank you guys for everyone that has took the time out to sub. Yep, thank you MSF Daily. So yeah, guys, that's it from the FPL Duo. I'm Huss. I was joined by my mate Jordan today. And yeah, guys, see you in the next one. And we hope you have fun building your drafts, guys. So take it easy, and we are out. Peace.
Yeah, thanks, guys. See you soon.
Take care.